The moment this thing rolled into view, I swear my brain needed a second to reboot. You ever see a car that instantly makes you question whether the world is actually ready for it? That's exactly what happened the first time I laid eyes on the 2026 Maserati MC20 SUV. And yes, you heard that right, Maserati took the DNA of one of the wildest supercars on the planet and injected it into an SUV body. It's like they woke up, looked at the Lamborghini Urus, the Ferrari Purosangue, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT and said, "Move over. We're rewriting the rules." But the craziest part, it doesn't feel like an SUV pretending to be a supercar. It feels like a supercar that just learned how to walk on stilts and somehow got even more dangerous. That performance orange paint doesn't just shine, it radiates. It looks like the color is alive, like it's heating up from the inside, glowing in a way most cars only dream about. Every time the sun hits it, you get these metallic pulses of fire running along the surface. And that's when you realize Maserati didn't build this thing to blend in with traffic. They built it to make everything else on the road feel like background noise. From the back, the MC20 SUV feels like it's staring right through you. The taillights stretch in sharply like claws, giving the entire rear end this almost predatory intensity. The quad exhaust tips aren't decorations, they look like artillery ports. Massive, aggressive, unapologetic. And the diffuser, it might as well have been taken straight off a track car. Even standing still, the rear end looks like it wants to launch itself forward. It's wild. Slide over to the left side and the profile hits you with that low, coupe-like posture, except it sits high enough to remind you it's still an SUV. The roofline slopes back with zero compromise, no hesitation. Maserati refused to make this thing look practical on the outside because that's not the mission here. The doors curve in like sculpted muscles, and the side vents look like they're inhaling air before unleashing it at full force. Those wheels. They look like they were borrowed from a futuristic race car. Massive, lightweight, and wrapped in rubber that practically screams performance. Move around to the right side, and the drama continues. The stance is wide, planted, intimidating, almost like it's bracing itself before a sprint. There's no softness anywhere. No rounded edges designed to make it look friendly. This thing looks like it's built to hunt. Even the way the light hits the fenders feels intentional, like the designers carved the body lines with razor precision. The orange paint stretches and curves around the panels like molten metal cooling into shape. And when you finally step inside, the energy flips. The cabin doesn't shout at you, it whispers. Maserati knows how to control the mood. You open the door and it feels like stepping into the cockpit of a high-tech performance machine. The leather has that rich, deep scent that lets you know you're not entering any ordinary SUV. The seats aren't cushy loungers. They're sculpted, tight performance seats that wrap around your shoulders the way a supercar should. They hold you in place like the car already knows you're going to push it. Everything the driver touches feels like it belongs in a six-figure Italian sports machine. The steering wheel is thick, athletic, wrapped in leather and carbon fiber that feels like it was hand-carved for precision. The stitching across the interior is meticulous, done with an intensity that feels almost artistic. The screens melt into the dash like they're part of the body, not separate components. And the center console. It's a carbon fiber sculpture. Aggressive lines, sharp edges, and controls placed exactly where your hands expect them to be. Inside, the MC20 SUV gives you this dual experience. It's refined and luxurious, but also mechanical and purposeful. Nothing is soft just for the sake of softness. Everything exists to support the machine's ability to move and move fast. Hit the start button and the engine doesn't just start, it awakens. You feel it before you hear it. That low, volcanic rumble travels through the seat up your spine into your chest. And the engine, wow. This is Maserati's twin-turbo V6, a re-engineered version of the beast from the MC20 supercar. But here, it's tuned differently, broader torque, more mid-range punch, a more explosive launch. You touch the throttle and the SUV doesn't ease forward. It leaps. It surges like the power is impatient, like it can't wait to show you what it's capable of. The response is instant. This isn't a luxury SUV trying to be sporty. This is a supercar disguised as an SUV, sitting higher off the ground but still carrying that brutal Italian heartbeat. The transmission snaps through gears like it's reading your mind, always one step ahead. And the sound, deep, angry, mechanical, echoes through the cabin with this perfect balance of refinement and fury. It's not chaotic, it's controlled aggression, precision wrapped in passion. And then there's the handling. This is where things get surreal. The MC20 SUV shouldn't be able to corner like this. Physics should be protesting. But the active suspension works like magic. It stiffens instantly the moment you push into a curve, flattening the body like you're driving a low coupe rather than a tall SUV. The steering is razor sharp, not numb, not overly boosted, just pure, honest feedback. You point the wheel and the SUV follows like it's glued to the road. The brakes, massive carbon ceramics that grab with the force of a jet landing hook. One squeeze and the whole SUV drops speed like it's been caught by gravity itself. But even with all that performance, the MC20 SUV somehow feels alive. There's a personality here, a soul, something you don't get in every luxury performance model. The Urus is powerful. The Cayenne Turbo GT is precise. The Purosangue is elegant, but the MC20 SUV feels like a partner. It reacts to you. It listens. It pushes back just enough to keep your adrenaline running. Then we talk price. And with a machine like this, handcrafted Italian engineering fused with supercar DNA, you already know it's not entering the world quietly. Early whispers place it comfortably in the range of the Urus and Purosangue. Expect something between $210,000 and $260,000 depending on configuration, with special editions easily climbing higher. But here's the thing. Maserati isn't targeting everyone. They're targeting the driver who wants something different, something more emotionally charged than the typical elite performance SUV. And that brings us to the final verdict. The 2026 Maserati MC20 SUV is not a practical family mover. It's not designed to blend in. It's not trying to win spec sheet wars just to look good on paper. What Maserati built is something far more dangerous, an SUV with supercar soul. Something rebellious, something emotional, something that feels like it was sculpted out of passion, fire, and pure Italian madness. If you want a machine that looks alive, drives like it's chasing a horizon, and makes your pulse jump every time you walk up to it, this is it. This is the SUV that doesn't just get you places. It transforms every drive into a moment you remember. If you enjoyed this deep dive review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow Motor Verdict Meter for more high-octane breakdowns of the hottest machines on the planet. You won't want to miss what's coming next.